After almost killing Shorty and surely murdering dozens of innocent civilians in the amusement park, seriously, ain't no way that no one was killed during their fight. Blankface got suspended from the AST forces, but another white hair guy who totally looks not like some kind of bad guy was able to reduce her punishment suspension. The man is from another company called DEM or Deus Ex Machina. Yes, I'm serious. After that, Mr. Playboy, Wolverine and all the rest prepare for their school trip onto the Arubi Island, and we notice that the assistant of Mr. I am tolerant and surely no bad guy is really interested in taking pictures of Wolverine, which I can really relate to as to why. But on the island something gets horribly out of hand quickly, when Wolverine dragged Mr. Playboy somewhere else on the island since she was feeling that they are being watched, and out of nowhere a storm forms, which has no natural origin though. It comes from two new spirits, or just some more chicks for Mr. Playboy to goggle at. Well, it is a case of only look, don't touch, huh? Anyway, let me introduce you to the Yamai sisters, Kaguya and Yuzuru. Or should I say, hey, Aang, apparently you weren't the last airbender after all, huh? Also, yes, Yuzuru, best girl ever. And no, that's not up for debate. They didn't even notice that Mr. Playboy and Wolverine were in the presence and quickly continued their fight, as Mr. Playboy stops them with just a single scream. Airhead and Blankface 2-0 then decide to hold their final battle over who will be the true Yamai. Explanation time! There was a spirit was called Yamai, got split up, the end. Their competition over Mr. Playboy led to very interesting scenes. This should be me! Airhead and Blankface 2-0 also befriend themselves with Wolverine and the original Blankface. Now let me speed up a bit. The assistant I talked about earlier turns out to be a powerful wizard, which doesn't add shit to the plot for now. She defeats Wolverine, and Mr. Playboy for the first time uses an angel for himself, or specifically Sandalphon, and fends off the machines. Meanwhile, Arcadus' ship engages battle with a DEM airship. The DEM airship loses, and as a result of that, the machines lose their power supply, and the wizard literally gets defeated by a hole which the territory docked. Mr. Playboy and Wolverine make their way to the Lost Airbenders fight and stop it with Wolverine's help, and Mr. Playboy gives them 3 options. Airhead and Blankface 2-0 converse about the third option, break out in tears, and almost make up with each other before the EM's airship interrupts them, and with their combined strength, they defeat the ship swiftly with 1 blow. Airhead and Blankface 2-0 get Mr. Playboy somewhere else, they kiss him as a thanks, and fly back with Mr. Playboy. Next up, we meet another spirit called Miku, who seemingly is an idol. And holy fucking shit, how are her this fucking massive? Not gonna lie, they are intimidating. Anyway, Mr. Playboy tries to flirt with her with pretty good pickup lines.
Has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are? I mean, wow. The view from below was very...
Fool, there is a proper order to these matters.
Yeah, those lines are totally appropriate and surely not cringe or weird. Am I right? Yes, I am. Feminist throws him off the stage and just wishes for him to die right on the spot. The AST interrupts though, and Feminist escapes. Then it's stated that Feminist apparently is lesbian, and to make up for Mr. Playboy's gender, just see for yourselves.
Okay, ready, let's go.
Mr. Playboy has evolved and transformed into Miss Playgirl. And yes, from here on out, this will be a running gag in the show. Miss Playboy gets accustomed to his new persona and lets also Wolverine know why he's dressed up like this.
Nice to meet you, girl who's not Cheetah in disguise.
You just have to love her. Miss Playgirl locates Feminist and spends the day with her, before it came to a serious argument due to the fact that Miss Playgirl was immune to Feminist's hypno voice ability, which resulted in a competition. If Miss Playgirl wins the school competition, he can seal Feminist's powers. But if Feminist wins, she'll take Miss Playgirl and all his spirits for herself, because her angel Gabrielle can hypnotize others with her ability with her voice, except for Miss Playgirl. Miss Playgirl, Shorty, and all the rest preparing for the school competition as best they can, with Miss Playgirl also being the top maid of their maid cafe. Later, Feminist has her performance on stage representing Grindocho, and after that, Miss Playgirl, Wolverine, Airhead, and Blankface 2-0 have their own big performance representing Raisin High. And while doing so, Blankface, all on her own, defends Miss Playgirl and the rest from the DEM, who tries to capture Miss Playgirl because of his ability to manifest angels himself. To their surprise, Weizen ultimately wins the competition and Feminist snaps, hypnotizing everyone currently there, including the other spirits except for Miss Playgirl and Wolverine. Miss Playgirl's cover was blown and goes into hiding, where out of nowhere no one other than Walnut pays him a visit to negotiate a temporary alliance between the two. Firstly, they break into Feminist's mansion to get their hands on any personal belongings to find potential weak spots in Feminist. But before that, Walnut literally picked up one of Feminist's was and stated how her face could easily fit into one of its cups. She also wants Mr. Playboy to try it on since she wanted to see Miss Playgirl up close. And man, am I glad that Walnut tripped over. Who knows what her further intentions were. They find Feminist's first ever recorded single, which Walnut uses her bullet yacht on to get all of its memories. Walnut and Mr. Playboy now confront Feminist and fight. Walnut transports Mr. Playboy and Feminist into her shadow so he could negotiate peace for the time being until he found Wolverine. Oh yeah, Wolverine got kidnapped by Isaac's assistant after Feminist took over all other spirits except for Wolverine herself. I kind of forgot about that part. Mr. Playboy also tried to win Feminist as a fellow ally, but failed miserably.
Join me. I'll never join you!
Walnut, meanwhile, after the fight against the other spirits, found out Wolverine's location and head straight towards it with Mr. Playboy and a detailed battle plan. Yes! Mana is back and now assists Mr. Playboy in his mission to rescue Wolverine. They split up, Mana faces Jessica, and Mr. Playboy rushes his way deeper and deeper into the DM building, but thinking he's done for, because Sandalphon became harder and harder to wield. But out of nowhere, Feminist unexpectedly intervenes and saves Mr. Playboy, joining him in his mission. It's then we also find out what's going on with Feminist and why she is the way she is. She was an idol who just loved singing, but when she declined the offer to meet a TV producer, well, closer? I guess you can imagine what I mean. The publicity spread rumors about her which turned all her friends against her and left her all alone. Mr. Playboy assures her that at least one fan back then didn't believe in the rumors and continued listening to her music and stood up for her. And even if not...
If you're right when you say you have nothing without your power, just know at the very least you'll have me.
Come on, by this point you gotta admit that Mr. Playboy is just a giga chad. At the same time, Blankface does everything in her power to not let Isaac's assistant get any closer to Mr. Playboy, and also becomes the very first wizard to injure the assistant of Isaac. Meanwhile, Feminist and Mr. Playboy finally reach the floor where Wolverine is held and meet Isaac, who wakes her up. Isaac's assistant, by the way, she's called Ellen, but I don't use her name because she is just irrelevant as fuck for now, kills Mr. Playboy with one strike and makes Wolverine snap. And okay, real talk here. Wolverine's English voice actress Michelle Rogers did a really amazingly job to mirror Wolverine's emotions in that particular scene. I would even go as too far to say that she even performed better than the original counterpart Marina Ino, the Japanese actress for Wolverine. Here, just give it a watch and listen.
I won't let you down! Don't worry! I'll save you! I won't let you die! I don't care what happens to me, I swear! Don't hurt him!
That's truly remarkable, no? Okay, on with the show. Anyway, Mr. Playboy is on the brink of dying, and then something happens. Something or someone appears to take over Wolverine. Something dark and dangerous. Category E. Saphira's inversion. When Mr. Playboy wakes up again, he found Wolverine changed. Her clothing was more revealing. The vibe she gave off was much more closer to a menacing threat. Her hair was also much darker than it was before. And even her angel changed, which Isaac referred to as a demon king. Wolverine now has the power, speed, and strength of a double S-class spirit and is able to fend off the wounded assistant of Isaac. After that, inverse Wolverine shifts her attention towards Mr. Playboy and Feminist, when Feminist also ends up almost getting killed. But Mr. Playboy protects her and simultaneously breaks the hypno effect on his other spirits. Mr. Playboy, now with the help of the Lost Airburners and Frostbite, gets close enough to inverse Wolverine and seals her again with a kiss, which for some reason worked? Like, let me pause for a sec. Let's go over this again real quick. Inverse means that her affection level was so damn low and her desperation was so damn high that it inversed her personality. So Mr. Playboy actually shouldn't have been able to do what he did, no? I think I might go cross-eyed if I keep trying. And the season ends with Feminist falling for Mr. Playboy and performing her first single live on stage. All spirits then fight for Mr. Playboy's attention and the season closes off with one final kiss between Wolverine and Mr. Playboy. Thank you so much for watching, and if you still watched until to this very moment, then you are truly a triple S-class spirit. Also, we are very close to 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe that I even get this far. Thank you so much, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.
Song on my skin, I count like shooting star, you can never resist. Rap pick, remember just my business. You might clear this in the ceiling, could be a limit. I'm coming to tell you we're upside down. So to the knee, we can't stay but toes. Play yo-yo to keep me turned, spin me up, yeah, wait, don't